What's up, Vault Dwellers? Dan here. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the horror movies that fundamentally broke my brain. Not the slashers and not the serious horror. I mean the ones that made me laugh while just showing me terrible things. The ones where I couldn't tell if I was supposed to be scared or cracking up, so I just did both. The ones that made me realize horror, it doesn't have to be grim. It can be ridiculous, and it can be smart, and it can make you laugh so hard you miss the next kill. These 13 films, they created my entire sense of humor. They taught me that sometimes you can love something because it's stupid. I've ranked them by how much they influence me, how often I quote them, and how hard they still make me laugh. Some of you are going to disagree with the ranking, and that's fine. You're wrong, but it's still fine. Cemetery Man is this batshit crazy Italian mindbender where Rupert Everett has to re-kill people every 7 days after they've been buried because they just keep coming back. And he's just so bored with it all. And that's the joke. This man, he's bored with the job of shooting zombies in the head every week.
Please don't. He's only eating.
This is my business. They pay me for it.
He has an assistant who can only say, "Gah."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The whole thing is like if Kafka wrote a zombie movie while just being really depressed. I mean, it's not laugh out loud funny. It's more like you're smiling while feeling existentially confused, which honestly, it probably describes my entire 20s. The director made something just beautiful and disturbing, and I'm still not entirely sure what it's all about, but I absolutely love this movie.
Take advantage. I'm certainly in no position to refuse. Besides, I don't think I'd refuse anyway.
I can talk about this movie like forever. And it's, because it answers the age-old question, what if aliens were circus clowns? And just everyone involved commits to the stupidest possible version of that idea. Maybe shooting them with some popcorn guns.
Popcorn? Why? Popcorn!
Because the clowns, that's why.
Or even using shadow puppets to murder people. The Chiodo brothers made this for practically nothing. They did all the practical effects themselves, and they created just something wonderfully deranged. I remember watching this for the first time at a friend's house. We were totally high, and we just kept rewinding the knock my block off scene because we couldn't stop laughing at it.
What are you gonna do? Knock my block off?
This thing's aggressively dumb and knows it, and that's its superpower. Most movies try to be smart. Luckily, this one didn't even try. I mean, most people know Peter Jackson for Lord of the Rings. But before that, he was shooting movies on weekends with his friends. This one, it's about aliens who are harvesting humans for fast food. And this is just disgusting in the best of ways. You know, like there's a guy scooping his own brain back into his skull with a spoon. And there's chainsaw fights. There's even an alien that gets his head blown in half, and he just keeps on going. Jackson does everything in this film. He directs, he acts in multiple roles, he handles the effects. It's scrappy and gross, and you can feel the joy in like every single gag. I saw this on like a bootleg VHS that someone's older brother had, and it was like discovering punk rock for the first time. This is just pure DIY energy and a commitment to showing you the most disgusting things possible with whatever they could afford, which it really wasn't that much. But creativity, it absolutely beats budget every single time. Or not every time, but pretty close.
Even the mere mention of the word is sufficient to induce panic.
Tomato.
This flick, it's intentionally terrible, and that's the genius of it all. Tomatoes, they become sentient and attack people. The movie looks like it costs probably $17 and a weekend trip to the farmer's market. But I mean, like, there's a scene where they literally run out of helicopter budget mid-shot and just stop filming and acknowledge that that happened. There's musical numbers that are actually really good about tomatoes attacking.
We'll squish them, we'll mash them, we'll mash them.
You see, this is a parody of B-movies, but it is a B-movie. And the jokes, they're so stupid, they wrap back around to brilliant.
Say, will somebody please pass the ketchup?
My parents actually had like parts 1 through 3 on the same VHS tape, and I would watch it over and over endlessly. I mean, I even watched the cartoon. Sometimes the stupidest ideas, they have the greatest results.
Mrs. Williams, I understand your husband is missing.
Yes,
Do you think
he is.
he's dead?
Well, I
Will you
told-
miss him?
Well,
Will you marry again? What if he's laying in a ditch somewhere, with both his legs broken, calling your name? You will have to find another man, you know. You're no spring chicken.
I'm bad, Ash. And you're good, Ash. You're goody little two-shoes. Little goody two-shoes. Little goody two-shoes. Little goody two-shoes.
This horror gem has Sam Raimi throwing Ash into a medieval times and just lets him just go full action hero. Bruce Campbell with a chainsaw and a boomstick fighting deadites while delivering one-liners that defined how my friends I talked like for years.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants. I got news for you, pal. You ain't leading but two things right now. Jack and shit. And Jack left town.
You know, like shop smart, shop S-smart, or this is my boomstick. And of course, hail to the king, baby. The effects are stop motion skeletons, practical makeup, and Raimi's camera doing just impossible things. Yeah, it's less dark than Evil Dead 2, more like swashbuckling adventure. Ash fights tiny versions of himself. There's a castle siege. Basically, it's the seventh voyage of Sinbad meets horror comedy. I saw this in theaters and walked out wanting to quote like every line. I still do, actually. Campbell is a physical comedy genius, and this is him at his peak. I mean, plus the alternate ending where he oversleeps and wakes up in the post-apocalypse, friggin' amazing.
Hey, what's that you got on your face?
Huh?
Blah, blah, blah.
See how that works?
That's my mother you're pissing on.
All right, we've got Peter Jackson back again with his masterpiece, and it's nothing to do with Tolkien. This is probably the goriest movie ever made. So it starts off with this rat monkey that bites someone and causes a zombie outbreak. And the final 20 minutes, it's just a guy with a lawnmower strapped to his chest, mowing through zombies in his house. They used hundreds of gallons of blood in this movie, like literal fountains of it. It's gross out comedy as an extreme sport.
Oh, Fernando! Your mother ate my dog!
Not all of it.
Their practical effects are just so insane. I mean, every zombie, every exploding body, every ridiculous kill, it's just done in camera. Jackson's commitment to this bit it's absolute. This is horror comedy taken to such extremes, it becomes cartoonish. It's Looney Tunes with intestines, and it's perfect.
I kick ass for the Lord.
House was like easily my gateway drug into horror comedy. So we've got William Catt, who's a horror novelist, and he's dealing with some simple things like, Vietnam, PTSD, his missing son, and his house, which becomes a portal to monster dimensions. This thing is actually scary enough to get your heart racing, but funny enough to make you laugh, and actually deals with real trauma in ways horror usually didn't touch, with garden shears. The creatures are just great practical effects. You've got monsters that range from goofy to creepy. George Wendt shows up and they fight monsters together. You know what makes this work? It doesn't talk down to you. It treats the horror seriously while being funny. It's got a heart under the monsters. I wore out my VHS copy to this movie. I know, everyone's seen Ghostbusters. Everyone quotes it. It's possibly the most perfect mainstream comedy ever made. And it happens to be about hunting ghosts. You got Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, Ernie Hudson, and they're just treating supernatural horror like it's a blue-collar exterminator job. It's so glorious. And Murray's like deadpan humor, it made him a superstar.
Everything was fine with our system until the power grid was shut off by Dickless here.
They caused an explosion.
Is this true? Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
Not that he wasn't already great. I mean, the staple of Marshmallow Man, so iconic. Rick Moranis possessed by the Keymasters, perfect. You know what really makes this work is that it plays it straight while reacting to everything with sarcasm. I mean, they're not heroes. They're guys just trying to make the rent who happen to have proton packs on their backs. I saw this multiple times in the theaters with my parents. I had all the toys, I watched the cartoons, I love Slimer, and this thing was just everywhere. I mean, I even loved the music that was on the radio about this thing. It proved horror comedy could be blockbuster entertainment without dumbing it down. This movie still works, and it always will.
Okay, let's see. No, please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel. Randy, what the hell are you doing?
When Scream came out, it just changed everything for the direction of horror going forward by making the characters aware of the horror rules. I mean, they knew how horror slasher movies worked, because they've seen horror slasher movies. Randy explained the rules while being in a slasher movie. It's just meta perfection.
Rules that one must abide by in order to successfully survive a horror movie. For instance, number 1, you can never have sex.
Kevin Williamson's script is just a masterclass in self-awareness. The opening with Drew Barrymore, I mean, it's brilliant, right? It plays like a real horror while subverting everything. Ghostface is iconic despite being just a store-bought mask. I mean, I saw this on opening night and the theater was electric. People were laughing and screaming. It revitalized slashers by deconstructing them. It spawned a franchise that's like still going today. This is modern horror's comedy blueprint. Everyone else, they're just playing catch up.
Be famous.
This movie is a wild party from beginning to end. And we've got Jeffrey Combs, who's Herbert West, and he's reanimating corpses with this glowing green serum, and it's just like a perfect mad scientist comedy. The gore in this one, it's extreme. The humor is just pitch black.
You haven't done this on people. I've done all I can here.
And the movie has just zero chill about anything. I mean, if you've seen this, you remember the decapitated head scene. You know which scene I'm talking about, right? And that one crosses lines they wouldn't touch. Combs' performance, it's an all-timer. He's deadpan, obsessive, and just completely convinced he's right while creating absolute chaos. Stuart Gordon adapted Lovecraft and made it funny without losing the horror. This thing moves super fast and escalates constantly. And it taught me that horror comedy could be transgressive. It could just push boundaries hard. And the best scientists, they're the ones with like zero self-awareness. Combs doesn't play West as crazy. He just plays him as rational, which makes it funnier and scarier.
You see, I came down here to visit Mr. Kane, who was here working, and Halsey entered and started ranting at us. Rather irrational.
No!
This is the zombie comedy. Dan O'Bannon rewrote all the rules with this one. They run, they talk, and they can't even be killed by headshots. And specifically, they all want some brains. Everything you think you know about zombie comedy, it started here. The punk rock aesthetic is just perfect. I mean, who can forget the Linnea Quigley scene of her dancing naked? Nothing changed me, right? Ugh, the beauty of it all. You got the Tar Man and the Send More Cops scene.
Send more cops.
I know, you're all going to talk about Send More Paramedics. Go rewatch the movie. The military just nukes Louisville to solve the problem. This movie is scary and hilarious, and I guess weirdly touching. The half-woman zombie explaining how being dead feels. Oh my God, that was a crazy scene.
The pain.
What about the pain?
The pain of being dead.
And it's creative and disturbing and funny, like all at once. I watched this when I was like 10 or 11 years old at a friend's house, you know, when the parents weren't home. I was way younger than I should have been, and this thing rewired my brain. But that's what we did back then. Every zombie comedy owes this movie, like every single one.
A bunch of old men to get around me and eating me alive.
You really scared me, you shithead. You gonna help me up or what?
John Landis, he just made like a perfect horror comedy. But this thing's hilarious, you know, like with Griffin, like progressively decomposing while giving werewolf advice. All right, I mean, the movie is terrifying. I mean, that transformation scene, It's still the greatest practical effects ever filmed. It's tragic, and the ending, it destroys you emotionally. But that transformation, it won the first makeup Oscar for good reason. Watching David's hands stretch, his face elongate into a snout, and just hearing him scream.
Help me! Please! Help me!
The scene is painful and yet beautiful. The Piccadilly Circus massacre is just pure chaos. But what makes this movie work, it's the emotional honesty of it all. The horror never undercuts the comedy. The comedy makes the horror land harder. But the werewolf POV, it puts you in the monster. Landis balanced every element just perfectly. I have to have seen this movie probably 50 times, but I think I own it on like every format possible. And it taught me that horror could be art, that you could make people laugh and cry and scream in just 97 minutes. The practical effects, if done right, can become immortal. This almost took the top spot. Almost.
Go away. Please. Go away.
Okay, so this is it. Evil Dead 2, it's the greatest horror comedy ever made. I know I said nice things about American Werewolf, right? But I mean, it's close. It's really close. But this is the one that changed everything for me. I saw this when I was like 13 at my friend's house. I mean, his parents, they were never home. We watched it 3 times in like a single night. I mean, the hand scene. The laughing cabin, the chainsaws. Every frame is perfect horror slapstick. Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell created something that probably shouldn't even exist. Horror this scary shouldn't be this funny.
Oh, baby, don't say a word. Mama's gonna buy you a mop.
This is the movie that taught me that practical effects, they could be both terrifying and hilarious, and that slapstick could be sophisticated. It even taught me that horror comedy didn't need to choose between scares and laughs. I mean, you could deliver both simultaneously and make them stronger together. American Werewolf, I mean, it might be more artful, and Re-Animator, it might be more transgressive. Even Ghostbusters might be more accessible. But Evil Dead 2, it's the purest distillation of horror comedy ever created. It's perfect. It's even groovy, man. These aren't just movies I watched. They're movies that shaped who I became. They taught me that horror and comedy, they're like the same thing, but from different angles. Both are about timing, surprise, and catharsis. Both work best when fully committed to the bit. I grew up on these films. They created my sense of humor. They even created this channel. They prove you could love something because it's ridiculous. If you haven't seen all of these, why don't you go start with Evil Dead 2 and then work your way through it. Your brain might break a little, and that's okay. Mine's been broken for decades, and I turned out, I turned out the way I am. Maybe that's not the best endorsement. Oh, and by the way, keep it weird, folks.
Here with your wife?
I'm divorced.
Oh, really? Shame.